Hey, this is Tinfoil Hat News. This is the fifth video that I'm making about this subject. So let's talk about what happened. So this is not news. Oh, actually, it is news. This is not for children. More or less, this is going to be not really news, but more my opinion on the whole subject matter of what's going on with the news. 11 Marines, 2 hospital corpsmen dead. I want to say this bothers me a lot. These were decent human beings that said, I'm going to go ahead, support, and defend the Constitution of the United States. And they stepped up to the plate. Our politicians, more or less, I'm looking at the leadership. General Miley focused on promoting some leftist agenda, the woke culture, we need to push CRT, critical race theory, in our military. We need to promote the great values of communism in our military, instead of telling Biden that, hey, we should probably get this evacuation plan set by the previous administration. You promoted this other crap. You went after people who disagreed privately with the whole election thing. For what? 11 Marines, 2 corpsmen, dead. Resign now. No military commander should ever follow a political agenda. Period. You swore an oath to the Constitution. Furthermore, you're an officer. And what comes first is the command and the people that come underneath it. You're nothing but a failed disgrace. Eisenhower. You know what I love about him? He's a great general. But you know what the cool thing is? Take a look at yourself in the mirror. He's only got his top 3 ribbons. He doesn't need the full stack. He has nothing to prove. He was a good leader. He didn't care about this. General Miley, it is your time to resign. You did nothing to tell the Biden administration or to speak up about this evacuation. Instead, you went with it because you were more worried about your career than the mission and the men at hand. You were so busy with the politics. Look where we are now. 11 Marines, 2 corpsmen, dead. 13. And I want you people with the Tinfoil Hat News to remember 13 U.S. servicemen in total. So, my opinion and my thoughts on this whole situation. If we vote, cannot vote based on identity politics. We need to vote for politicians that are about the issues and have a solid plan to fix these issues. I do not care. I've seen nothing but failed examples of identity politics. AOC of New York, Miss Lori Lightfoot of Chicago. Yeah. When you vote identity politics, you get useless politicians such as those. Take a look at this current administration. Biden was laughing when asked about the 13 people that are dead and the 40,000 Americans stranded. Kamala laughs at everything. They think it's a joke. 13 good, honest Americans are dead. Brave Americans are dead. The Democrat Party does not care about the people of color. What they'll do is they'll get a politician to run that is a person of the color that says they identify with them. And then when that politician gets in, they'll put in bad policies that hurt everyone. Let's blame the guns, but not the gangs. I'm a person of color. I decided to become a conservative. Why? because I'm starting to see through the years of BS about what works and what doesn't. I live in California. I'm voting Larry Elder. Not going to hide that. Now, I know most of you are going to be like, I can't believe. Hey, those on the left, here's my reasons why. The Democrats in the state have failed us. Newsom is hiding something. If you're going to vote, vote in person. Do not vote by mail. If you live in the great state of California, they're trying to pass a new mandatory quarantine that will prevent you from going to the polls. Contact your state assemblyman. Give them heck on the phone. Peacefully knock on their doors and go to their offices, together. Demand they vote no on this. Because what they're going to try to do is force everyone to vote by mail. The brave men and women of law enforcement, and to the brave men and women of the Postal Service, keep an eye out for mail fraud. Do not, if you see somebody stealing off with mail ballots and pulling all this stuff, stop them. Keep an eye on stuff. To the sheriffs, you know that they got homeless people are voting, but they're voting from the same address, like 500 people are voting from the same address. Open up an investigation, bust those people, get it out to the news. All right? We can't have Gavin Newsom in office. They're desperate to keep Gavin Newsom in office so bad that they got an out-of-state politician like, what's her name, Elizabeth Warren, to make commercials against the recall. Hey, Democrats, it wasn't Trump supporters that got the recall election going. It was people fed up with Newsom screwing up, putting identity politics in front of actual problems like forest fires, people going broke, not having a job, or losing money. So you who look at people of color that are too dumb to get a voter ID, hey, we're not dumb. We can get an ID. You can't do anything like own a car or make a bank account without an ID. Your argument is stupid and racist because that's what you guys are. You, the Democrats, are the Nazis. By the way, you know what National Socialist is? Oh, in Germany, they were called the Nazis and they killed a bunch of Jews. So before you say we haven't tried real socialism, think about all the people who are putting concentration camps that you want to put in. I blame you. Go ahead and hate my guts. Now, there's some Democrats out there that I respect, like Tulsi Gabbard, Andrew Yang, because, hey, at least they're trying to come up with a solution, and they're not part of your woke progressive. Well, it's not even a woke agenda. You know what it is? It is a horrible, horrible, nasty fascism that you're pressing on us. That's what you are. You are the fascist. But I digress. 13 U.S. servicemen are dead. If you are a person of color or any other creed, vote on the politician for their issues, not on their identity. Okay? We've got that settled. I'm voting Larry Elder because the Democrats hate him so much. And I got a feeling, because Larry Elder, a black conservative, is going to rip open whatever the Democrats were doing to hurt the black community, like, take money and funds from schools, and he's going to go after them and get that money and funding back to the schools so those kids who are minorities and live in the urban cities have a chance to get a good job and succeed and not end up in the school-to-prison pipeline that the Dems have created with all their stuff. Furthermore, to the sheriffs and, like I said, the postalmen, please don't let Newsom win. If you know there's fraud going on, stop them. Get those people. Nail them. Get their information out there to the public. Dox the person that's trying to rig the election. Get it out there. I know. I shouldn't be saying dox people, but these people are criminals if they're going to defraud the election. It is your American civic duty to protect this country from someone manipulating our elections. The other thing I'm going to say right now, also too, is let's talk about what's going on. We got other issues. As for the bill, I'll have to take a look at it. But contact your local assemblyman. Tell them that I'm not going to be under restriction and you're not going to restrict me from voting because I didn't take the vaccine. Not everyone can take the vaccine. The vaccines aren't proven to work. And the people who are getting the vaccine are also getting the virus, but the virus is not being killed by those who are vaccinated. It's just mutating and then going to other people who are not vaccinated and killing them even further. The virus is mutating on some of this stuff. And there's reports coming out of Israel that these new vaccines are not good. They may actually cause and make things worse. So I'm going to tell you this. Be careful. Vote. And please vote for a politician based on the issues, not the identity politics. That is all I have to say. Peace, love, and be with you. But go out there, vote for the person on the issues. I'm voting to get rid of Newsom. I'm voting Larry Elder. I'm voting in person, not by mail. Do not vote by mail. I discourage it. I would discourage others to not vote by mail. We can't let this happen. Yo's in the post office, you know something's going on. Let me tell you, Newsom takes control, he's going to make you take the vaccine. Don't believe me? Look at New York. Going to lose your job because you didn't get the vaccine. Pay close attention. The vaccines don't work. They're not working the way they should be. And I'm not saying that to be a conspiracy theory. They don't meet the 4-year criteria. And even worse, these people, there was medicines that were presented by doctors that went out of their way to protect people and help them treat for the issues with the vaccines. YouTube is going to want to cancel this. Hey, YouTube, I'm just saying what I want to say. You can't force me or others to take the vaccines if we don't want to. If you want to take the vaccine, fine. Don't take my word on the whole vaccine thing. Talk to your doctor. But as for this whole situation, we need to hold our politicians accountable. This California election, if you're in my state, vote Larry Elder. If you guys are in Elizabeth Warren's state, recall her. She has no business interfering with my state's election. If the Democrats of Washington, D.C. weren't too busy looking at California, about the California gubernatorial election, we may actually have those 13 servicemen maybe alive, and 40,000 Americans would not be stranded. But, politics over the people. That's how they are. Don't vote Democrat. Vote anything but Democrat. Let the Democrats get a taste of all the evil that they've done. Let them lose power. Maybe they'll get the right mind. Maybe they'll start going for the right people. Now, I'm not saying vote violently Republican because we can't have the Bush Republicans because they're bad. But that's all I have to say on the matter.